Now, an often overlooked aspect of bench press is the bar path, by which I mean the path that the bar moves along during the lift. Now, I'll show you standing first of all. That might seem a little strange, but if I show you from a couple of angles standing, hopefully you'll know what to look for more when I show it on the bench. Now, the majority of bodybuilders who use bench press as a purely muscle building exercise, in other words, what they're interested in doing is growing a larger chest. They're not actually bothered about how much weight they're lifting. That's a side effect of growing muscle. Most bodybuilders will use a straight up and down bar path. On the other hand, most powerlifters, who may put on muscle, but that's a side effect because what they're looking for is to lift as much weight as possible, will use what is effectively a more natural bar path, which effectively goes a little more like this. Okay. Now, this powerlifting style bar path allows you to lift more weight, especially when coupled with a back arch, but I won't get on to discussing back arches at this point. If I show you that from the side, as I say, a bodybuilding style bench press, typically straight up and down. Whereas a more powerlifting bench press, more of an arc to the bar path. Now, if I show you that actually lifting a bar, you can see what I mean. I'll start off with a bodybuilding straight up and down type bar path. Straight up and down. The bar only goes back when you re-rack, comes forward when you lift out. On the other hand, if I show more of a powerlifting style method, as you can see, comes down a little bit, goes back a little bit. Now, which do you want to use? The short answer is it depends on your goals. If you intended simply to grow a little bit of muscle, whether for aesthetic purposes or whether because, for example, you've lost some muscle after a multi-day race and want to put a little bit more back on, then why not use the bodybuilding method? Fine. If on the other hand you're looking for strength development, either at a muscular or to a certain extent at a neurological level, I'd recommend using the powerlifting method because it allows you to handle more weight. That's the essential difference. There are some other minor points to bear in mind. Some people regard the bodybuilding method as being somewhat more dangerous, maybe putting it a little bit strongly, but putting more strain on the rotator cuff and generally risking overstimulating some areas of the muscle and understimulating others. Whereas with the powerlifting method, the motion is actually a little more natural, and in that respect it's arguably safer, even though it allows you to lift more weight. Personally, although I would use either at different times, I think the powerlifting method is probably the better way of pressing, as long as your only criteria is not to put on muscle.